Morning and welcome to Gardening 365 70. Now, as you can probably see, as predicted, the weather today is awful. Please enjoy the video. Now, for me, one of the best things to have happened in our garden in recent times is the greenhouse, because now, as you can hear outside, there's lots of rain, but I can work in the greenhouse and I can keep dry. So I haven't got any major jobs to do, but I have got a few little jobs that I'm going to be doing today. Inside, in the dry, while it's wet outside. And the first little job, and it is a little job, I've got to just trim those a little bit, and they're the cut off bits from some runner beans. And I'm going to put them in for next week's worm compost. We had another sunflower blowover yesterday. Now, this wasn't the one that I filmed, and I did quite a bit of filming yesterday that the bees were using. So before I show you what I'm going to do with this, let's have a look at what was happening yesterday. It's Friday and it's given out really heavy rain tomorrow, so I thought I'd show you this before we start to get the rain. We get loads of little fungi in the lawn. It's lovely to have them. And the natural thing everybody always says, are they edible? Well, I wouldn't really want to eat them if they were edible, so I think I'll leave them where they are. Now, I've shown you before the benefits of my wormery. This is one benefit I haven't really shown you yet. So obviously those are the worms in there, and there's a tiger worm just going down into the soil. And I know at the moment this is really, really wet. So what I'm going to do is turn on the tap and collect all of the liquid out the bottom. And this is far, far too rich to go with the plants, so you need to dilute it about 10 to 1. This is great liquid fertiliser. When it's wet, you do get quite a lot. I'd expect half a watering can, maybe even pushing a full watering can from the rain we've had in the last couple of days. Free liquid fertiliser, and this is as good as any tomato feed that you could get. Absolutely superb. Just under half a watering can at the moment. It's nice, the wind's dropped a little bit. So this is going to be virtually enough now to do my tomatoes. And one thing that's not in short supply at the moment is rainwater. And carnivorous plants should only have rainwater, hence why I keep some. So don't water your carnivorous plants with anything else but rainwater. And the bumblebee's working hard. I'm walking past the strawberries, and wow, what a find! October strawberries. I wonder what I'm going to do with that. This is what I'm going to do with that. Lovely. And the late courgettes have gone mental. Still plenty of courgettes yet. You saying that one's rotting off, but otherwise looking good. Well, that's it for Friday, and tomorrow it's rain
all day long.
Could make a song. So back to today now, and what I'm going to do is just, well, turn that into worm compost. Well, I'm not, the worms are. Got Planet Rock going in the greenhouse, and I'm more than happy making worm compost. Gardening 365. I enjoy my days. And into the greens, I add roughly an equal amount of what is shredded paper, but equally it could have been cardboard. And then what I do is just give it a really good mix. It's a bit wet this weekend, so next weekend I'll be adding this to the wormery. And that's all you need. Perfect. Job done. I've got 3 sorts of chilies to pick. Now these were sold to me as Carolina Reaper chilies. They are not Carolina Reaper chilies, so I'm not really sure what they are. One thing I do know about them, they are well hot. The hottest chilies I've got. Now these look very similar, but they're much bigger in length. Some of those, in fact that one you can see there is probably 6 inches plus in length, and they're much more mild. I'm sure you've all heard of these. These are Scotch bonnet, and they are well hot. 350,000 plus on a Scoville scale. They are warm chilies. No, they're hot. Now that's a really nice little chili harvest. So 3 different sorts, as you can clearly see, and all of them are absolutely delicious in your cooking. Next little job, I got some Calabrese, and I'm just going to plant them in here. And what I'm looking to do at some point is get them into pots growing like this for winter veg. Wouldn't that be great? Gardening 365, veg growing in the winter for harvest. And that's it, I've got them in. And just as a little insurance policy, I'll keep those in their smaller container. Okay, and then if these don't work out, then I've got some spares. And at 3 o'clock on Saturday, it's football time.
Is it for any club coming here that we just wait for the 2 teams to emerge from what I imagine are some of the nicer dressing rooms in League One?
As you can hear, the rain's really hard now. What I'm going to do now is a similar thing what I did with the Calabrese. These are pak choy. I'm going to put some in these 2 containers. It's half time, so I'm going in to listen to the second half in the dry, even though it's dry in here. See you tomorrow. And in all this rain, look at this. Wow, 2 absolutely beautiful passion flowers. Not bothered about the rain in the slightest. And another bud there that's going to open very shortly. Morning. And today, the weather couldn't be more different. It's lovely sunshine. It is still wet on the ground, but I can put up with that. And because of the rain overnight, hopefully I can pull off some more liquid fertiliser from the wormery. And a great way of preserving your Scotch bonnets. Just whiz them up in some lime juice, and now they're ready for jerk chicken whenever I want it. Perfect. And any ash from log burners is absolutely perfect in your compost. A real rich source of browns, so nothing goes to waste.
Not in this house!
And wow, isn't that magnificent? I'll try and get as close as I can so you can see it. Look at that beauty. My garlic was delivered earlier in the week, and this is Carcassonne Right, and it's a garlic I grew last year and did really well with, so I'm going to be planting this shortly. And I've got 23 pieces there, which makes it easier because now I know how many I can put into my rows to balance them up. So in theory it could be 4 rows of 6 or 3 rows of 7, something along those lines. We'll see when I get out there. That's where they're going to go, so I just laid them out so I can get the spacing correct. I can feel rain in the air, so I'm going to get them in as quick as I can now. Well, the weekend is finishing very much the way it started. So that concludes this week's Gardening 365, Gardening 365 70. Join me next time for lots more, and keep inviting your friends to our Facebook page, and keep subscribing to the YouTube channel. Have a good week, everybody. See you next time for Gardening 365 71. Bye.